Alright guys, this is the Kantai YouTube and Teitoku panel. I thought of that one myself. Anyway, how many of you guys are familiar with Kancolle? Wow, this is well, no surprise. Okay, sweet. We're going to pretend like you don't know what this is. So, what is Kancolle? I have a video for you guys. We're going to go over the ship girls, or at least up to a certain one of them. Can I have the lights off?
準備はいい？酸素魚雷一斉発射よ。いっけー。蓬莱激戦一緒に行くよ。負けませんよ。ファイヤー。離さないわ。カングラチュレーション。パートナパー。くらいなさい。よーそろー。マイク音量大丈夫？チェック。ワンツー。蓬莱激戦始めるね。冷たい船のカンコシラ。なのです。来るのです。届いたのです。用意はいい。出撃します。全発艦。上々ね。お仕事ですね。いないですね。ドッカーン。始まるよ。戦艦長野が撃つよ。一斉出るわよ。天竜だ。立ちたらよ。吹雪です。白雪です。初雪。みゆきだよ。ブラクモよ。磯の実です。クマ。玉だにヒ素だ。多いよ。スーパー北神様だよ。モガミだよ。肉魔です。千歳です。千代田です。むつきです。北焼き。さつきだよ。海月だよ。長月だ。菊月で。三日月です。望月です。仙台三条。神通です。中ちゃんだよ。カモです。フォロミー。綺麗です。頑張るから春だ。出撃します。霧島です。ご命令を。そうです。いけるかしら。山城です。姉様。島風です。提督。遅い。あ、そうやってみる。よし、この長門に続け。おやすみよ。全訪問ファイヤー。酸素魚雷を食らわせるわよ。負けませんよ。つけちゃうんだから。じゃあ私頑張るから見捨てないでー。暁よ。響きだよ。三日月よ。稲妻です。綾波です。四季並み。おぼろ。あけぼのよ。さざ波です。潮です。どれである。ちくまです。商法です。随宝です。宝生です。友情や。妙子。打ちます。私は立ち。足柄よ。ハドロです。古高です。かごってんだ。青葉です。衣笠さんよ。高尾です。あたのよ。マヤベンだ。鳥海です。かげろう。知らぬ。黒潮。生きたぜ。大完成です。初春じゃ。根の日だよ。若葉だ。初霜です。白露です。しぐれ。ぬらさめだよ。夕立よ。さみだれです。鈴金だよ。いよよ。重陽です。だからよ。いすずな通りたぶたぶ。ゆるる。犬だよ。来た。赤です。満身です。加賀です。何か相談。宗龍です。ミッドウェイ。桐生です。やれやれ。小学です。頑張ります。随学です。抜業します。夕張です。お待たせ。後で感想聞かせてね。あらあら。パートナパー。あげろ。休憩入ります。いったーい。ちょっと直してくるのです。かつてカブトもなんとやら沈むわけにはいきません。良いよに青葉見ちゃいました。キャッパー。あーと行こうぜ。パートナー。朝潮です。大潮です。道潮よ。荒潮です。あられです。霞よ。これでフィニッシュ。カンコレカンコレカンコレカンコレカンコレカンコレカンコレカンコレ始まります。あ、新しい仲間が来たみたいですよ。
Let's back up. So that's the ships up to the Amelia update. Alright, let me get back to this. So what is Kancolle? It's basically a collectible card game that's browser-based on Flash. Basically, you kind of, there's a story mode where you kind of fight against, oh, sorry, let me start that again. Morning. So, you are, let me actually go to the story. You are a Teitoku. This is who you are, with the empty eyes. Anyway, you are fighting against the Abyssal Fleet, who have just spawned in the ocean. And you're finding these ship girls who are the only ones who can attack them. So, let's talk about gameplay. So, you have your basic resources. This is what you use to do most of the actions in Kancolle. This is fuel, ammo, steel, and bauxite. So an expedition is where you send a certain fleet to do resources. Since most of you are familiar with expeditions in Kancolle, that would be expeditions 37, 38, and 11. So basically what happens is you send out a specific fleet, for example, 11, hopefully I get this right. It's 4 ships of any sort you send out, and it takes 5 hours, and you get, for example, 250 bauxite. So there's exercises, PvP. This is probably the best way you can gain experience. It resets, when does it reset?
5 a.m.
Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. So it's, sorry?
It resets at 5 a.m. and 11 p.m., depending on our standard time.
All right. So with exercises, the amount of experience you gain is based on the enemy fleet's first 2 ships. So if they have a level 1 ship, you're not getting any experience. Sorties. This is basically story mode. This is where you go across a map. There are certain times when you fight the Abyssal Fleet. And the compass leads you around based on your fleets or basically whatever the hell it wants. Usually does not want to help you. This is going to be where you're spending most of your time playing the game. Docking. This is where you restore your HP and morale after a sortie or PvP. Oh, no, not PvP. Sorry. After a sortie. This is based on the level of your ship or let's see, the type of ship. Anything else?
No, that's all.
What's that?
The speed.
Speed?
The battleship speed.
Battleship speed. Yeah, there's an example where fast battleships actually go repair faster than regular battleships. So.
By a little bit, but there's you can use a bucket to instantly repair because some ships can take up to 12+ hours to repair, depending on how damaged you make it.
Buckets can be gained by quests, or there's some expeditions that actually do have buckets. They're pretty valuable. It's recommended that you stock up a lot of those. Modernization. This is when you take your extra ships to increase the stats of one ship. So this is where usually you find a ton of other ships that you can, you don't really need to use, so you use them to kind of fuse with your your main ships. Development this is where you build what's that? Sorry. This is where you build your items. It's based on your fleet level. So when you're starting off as a beginner Teitoku, development it does not help you very much. This is where you need to actually level up to say, I think a fleet level 20 is recommended before you start doing development. It's also based on your flagship. So for example, a very common item, sorry, wig hair, 46 centimeter, triple turret. That is, do you remember what that one was?
No, I stay away from that recipe.
Akagi is absolutely useless. You get Akagi through a quest, well, you can also get it through development, but obviously Akagi, useless. I think it's like 300, or no, I forget if it was 250 ammo. 251, thank you, that's right, 251. 251 ammo, 250 steel. Just look it up on the wiki. You're all familiar with the wiki at this point. So construction. For those of you who play Kancolle, guess what? Musashi is now buildable through LSC. Shioi is still not buildable through LSC as far as I know, so that sucks. At any rate, construction, this is where you build your ships. During sortie, you find a lot of ships, but if you want some of the more rare ships, you'll need to use construction. For example, for Yamato, Taiho, now Musashi, Bismarck, they all need to be done via LSC, which requires a metric ton, I forgot this is not 16 plus panel, metric ton of resources. So combat, we're gonna go over a short combat tutorial. Can I have the lights dim, please? Really fast. How many of you guys are familiar with the combat mechanics for Kancolle? All right. So I'm choosing an exercise here. So that's the middle button over there. So this is my fleet that I'm using. Click and confirm. This is the double line formation that I'm going to be using. So this is a basic combat. So here's reconnaissance. This usually succeeds. This increases your accuracy and evasion. Next phase, aerial combat. This is where your planes go against their planes. What you want is aerial superiority, so their aircraft carriers do not do as much damage to you. Here I have airport superiority, aircraft superiority. Then you have the opening torpedo salvo. This is with submarines or light cruisers. Then we do shelling in range order. That happens too. So range is determined by the type of ship that you have and also the weapons that are equipped on it. You'll notice that these guys are attacking the submarines more. If anyone can attack a submarine, they will attack a submarine first. They're basically tanks for you, but they have low HP. You'll see that they double attack sometimes. If they have a double attack, that's because they have a seaplane equipped. Final torpedo salvo. Forgot to mention the firing that happens because you have a battleship. It's done in lineup order. And now, Yasen. They're still attacking submarines which have high defense during night. And now this is a cut-in attack. These only happen at night, unless you have a seaplane equipped. That's a different thing. All right, and that's the results. This is the XP you gain at the end of each sortie or exercise. This is the rank you get, which affects the XP that you get. Okay, lights back up, please. All right, let's talk a little bit about the ships that you're using. Destroyers. So these are kind of like the low-tier ships that you use that are plentiful, and they are low cost and repair time, and they have really high evasion. They don't do that much damage, and they also don't have too much armor, but they're really good against submarines. Unfortunately, they tend to be taken out pretty easily because of their low armor, and they just don't have the shelling power to do much. However, one thing about night battle is that your firepower and your torpedo stats are added together, and that makes them actually really strong during night combat. So they're light cruisers. They also have a low cost and repair time. At high levels, some of them can actually outdamage heavy cruisers. A lot of them are kind of glass cannons though, because they don't have a lot of HP. Oh yeah, I should talk about, this is Amatsukaze. She was released, how long was Amatsukaze released? Last event. This is Kitakami. She is actually a torpedo cruiser. So what happens with her is that she gets remodeled, 50 is her kaini, and she turns into a torpedo cruiser. This allows her to fire a torpedo during the opening torpedo salvo, like a submarine. She has a really high torpedo stat, but she tends to get damaged really easily. Heavy cruisers. These are really good for, for example, for events, when you can use them. They're a very good firepower to cost ratio because they don't cost too much to repair and they don't take too long to do repairs. They have high armor and a decent amount of HP, but the only problem is they can't attack submarines unless they have a seaplane, which not all of them carry. Most of them, the only ones that do are aviation cruisers, and right now, well, there's a few more now. Now that the Tone class got a aviation cruiser upgrade at level, I think 70, is that correct? Okay. They're really strong against DDs and CLs. They're not too good against submarines because unless they have the seaplanes, they're not going to do that much. They can't do anything against them. So light aircraft carriers. They have a fairly low resource cost, and they can also attack submarines because just the nature of their class, they can attack with any of their planes. Unfortunately, they also don't have too many planes. They have a lot less than, say, a standard aircraft carrier, which affects their damage output. They also can't attack at night. Aircraft carriers, all aircraft carriers can't attack at night. Unfortunately, the enemy abyssal fleet, one of them can attack during the night. So aircraft carriers, they have really high damage potential because of the amount of planes they have, and they also have a lot of HP and armor. Kind of rivals a lot of the battleships. Unfortunately, they have really high cost, and high repair times. We're talking about like, it can go up as high as like a day or so, based on the level and how much damage they take. They also can attack at night. They're pretty much strong against everybody, except for submarines, which they cannot attack. There are battleships. So this is when I was talking about during the shelling. They give your fleet another shelling round, which is based on their lineup order. They have really high offense and defense, but they're usually hit by any shelling, and they have the highest resource cost and repair times. And they also can't attack submarines unless they have a seaplane. A lot of them do have the ability to carry seaplanes. Seaplane bombers only. As well for the aviation cruiser, the heavy cruiser type, they can only attack submarines if they have a seaplane bomber. Submarines? So these guys have the lowest cost and repair time, and they allow you to fire the opening torpedoes at level 10 plus without anything equipped. I should go back and say that the torpedo cruisers, which are Kitakami Oi and Hiso, they can only do an opening torpedo salvo with a type of Hyoteki, which is a midget submarine. One thing of note is that submarines are always targeted first, as long as they can be attacked. So let's talk a little bit about Ship Girls 2 then, shall we? So this is the graph of the Pixabill's illustrations. As you can kind of tell that Shimakaze kind of is the mascot of Kancolle. Followed by Kongo. Des. Sorry. Tenu, Kaga, Inazuma, Akagi, Ikuzuchi, Tatsuta, Kitakami, Haruna, and Hibiki. But it's almost always Shimakaze, which is a thing. As you can tell by the number of cosplayers that are usually doing this. Anyway, Fubuki is the main character, question mark? Over on the bottom right, you can actually see what the actual Fubuki looks like. She's voiced by Sumeri Uesaka. I forget, who does Sumeri Uesaka do? Dekamori from Chunibyo. I should mention that a lot of the voice actors for Kancolle, are pretty high-level voice actors. So she's the main character. She's one of your possible starter ships that you can use. I forget who else you use because everyone picks Inazuma anyway, so. Who? Murakumo?
Samidare.
Samidare? Okay. So, Fubuki actually, quote-unquote, stars in the official 4-koma, Fubuki Gambarimasu. So, this is the first page from the slide. I'm not sure if you can read it. It's a really cute kind of daily lives of ship girls kind of thing. What's really cool to notice is that every single ship has PTSD. I might bring up some of the 4-koma here. Here's an example. Like, Many of the ships sunk in World War II, they were sunk by submarines, especially the destroyers, ironically. So almost all the destroyers have a very strong fear of submarines during the Forcoma, to the point where they'll run away pretty much instantly as soon as they see one. What's that?
Some other PTSD history, you also have, there's a lot of historical references in the Forcoma itself. So you have, what was it, Inazuma and Miyuki, two destroyers. They actually ran into each other during maneuver exercises, and they actually run into each other a lot in the manga itself. And Miyuki was actually sunk because of that, so.
You'd be surprised how many ships kind of collided in themselves. Another example is Kitakami and Abukuma. So when you see Abukuma's art, she'll have like a giant forehead visible. That's because she was struck by Kitakami on the bow of her ship and kind of like sliced right off. Is there any others that you can think of for PTSD? Midway. Oh yeah, Midway is huge. Midway is also probably being released this month. So just the mention of Midway will cause them to be a sobbing pile of 2411. So there's Ikazuchi. She's voiced by Aya Suzuki. She does, oh man, there was something important for Mako Mankanchoku for Kill la Kill, among other voice roles. Yes, thank you. You're awesome. Okay. So what's really cool about the Ikazuchi, she actually rescued survivors from Allied ships that were taken out, I think a few days before they found them. There's like 300 soldiers or so, covered in like oil and all this other crap. Most of them, a lot of them died. But Ikazuchi came up and found them. So there's a dojin called The Thing She Saw. It's, sorry, Shoujokan Mitamono. It's illustrated by Ataru. It goes over the story of what happens during that event. So here, like, they see all the soldiers, and this one, sorry? Oh, sorry. Ikazuchi was actually shown as, like, walking across a ship, even though that's her actual ship. So it's a very good read. I highly recommend it. You may cry. I cried. So Taiho, voiced by Mamiko Noto. I'm assuming everyone knows who that is. She's an armored aircraft carrier, and the irony of that is that she was sunk by a single torpedo on her first sortie. This is exactly why she has 4 luck in the game. She has like the lowest luck in the game. Sorry, she gets remodeled into 4, I think, and then she starts with 2. She is considered part of the unlucky trio.
Taiho is also one of the only aircraft carrier that can actually still sortie airplanes when they are medium damaged or Chuha. Usually aircraft carriers cannot sortie any more airplanes when they're at moderate damage.
Let's see. Sorry. So Junyo. So she's voiced by Yuko Otsubo. I think she does Kyoko from Yuri Yuri. Yep. She was originally a passenger liner. I'll let you talk about the story about this.
So there's actually an interesting story about Junyo and why her personality is depicted as a drunkard party person. Her admiral actually snuck in, and her real life admiral actually snuck into the pre-launch party for her crew the night before, but no one, the whole crew didn't know that he was the captain, so he got drunk with everybody. And the next day he presented himself as the captain, everyone, you know. I don't want to use it.
Very typical Japanese kind of thing, getting drunk with your people.
Yeah. So that's why she's depicted as like a drunkard and a party person and not taking many things seriously.
Yahagi. So she was voiced by Yuki Yamada. She's actually, I'm not sure what, I think she's just kind of one of the voice actors from DMM. She was the she's one of the few ships that actually survived the Battle of the Philippine Sea. Now, hold on a second, I need to look at my notes real quick. Oh, you got it? Okay, sorry. So go ahead. Yeah.
The interesting about Yahagi is that one of the veterans that served on our ship is still alive. 90-year-old Takekuni Ikeda actually served aboard her on World War II. His reaction to her was pretty good, described as a positive one. He says like Yahagi is cute and looks like and looks like a good girl. So he was pretty happy to see that the ship he served on is, you know, presented as such.
All right, so what's really cool is I actually have internet access, so why the hell don't I show up the game, shall I? Hold on 1 second, give me 1 second. You're not seeing my API link. Get wrecked. Oh, actually, while I get set up, so I actually do have a few giveaways. Now, of course, everyone here apparently has a Kancolle account, Kancolle account, but we do have one Kancolle account that we'd like to give out. So if you don't have a Kancolle account, I'd like you to raise your hands, and I'm going to have one of... You all have Kancolle accounts, damn it!
I actually don't. I had to get in for a while. I just want to see the cosplay version.
I will go over... Okay. So I'm going to have... can you say your name out really loud? That wasn't loud enough. I'll have Iku! Find someone. So go ahead. I think I actually do have a little time now to also go over how to register for Kancolle. So we'll go over that too. For those of you who do have a Kancolle account, I have a Yubari that I need to give away. So I want someone... You can't walk, can you? Sweet. Let me get your information. I'll send you the account. No, we have an actual account. All you have to do is log in, or we'll just give you the API link that everyone knows about. For the record, that's against the... whatever. Anyway. Yeah, we'll go over it. Don't worry about it. You'll be one of us soon enough. No, just, can we get your information? Give it to this terrible human being over here, ship, whatever you are. So, I have a Yubari. I'm not going to throw it. Can you... I need someone to give this out. Actually, no, I'll have the Teitoku. The Teitoku over here will give a Yubari away. What else do we have? Yes, we can ask. Can we get a wireless mic? In fact, let's do a little Q&A while we do it. Sure, why not? I know that. All right, let's. If you guys want to have any questions, actually come up and let's get some questions in, and I'll show the game while we do that. If anyone asks me what 2411 is, I don't know. Just kidding. Oh yeah, I'll have you. Yeah, go ahead and pass out the mic. Or hold on. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, all I know about Kancolle is from Dojins and Pixiv, but it looks pretty interesting and fun, and obviously I have a lot of questions. But where'd be some good resources to really get the best beginner's introduction into how to play the game and how to understand all the Japanese.
Okay, so let me give you guys a couple of recommendations. One. So there's the Kancolle wiki. It's kancolle.wikia.com. Right now, it's probably one of the best English resources we can use. No, guys, line up. Yeah, actually, let them line up. It's fine. Just hold it for them, just like a torpedo. Anyway, so the Kancolle wiki is an awesome place to find information. You'll find, shoot, I'll bring it up. You'll find there's way too much crap here, sorry. No, there's no hentai in here, I swear. I host hentai.
Complex. I see Pixiv.
Don't judge me, damn it!
I see shit about Complex. Where's your sad man?
Well, it looks like it's not loading too well, but anyway, the Kancolle Wiki is a really great place for information. You'll also find out how to register on there, including all the resources you need for the VPN. The other thing that's available, over here you'll see the Kancolle viewer. It kind of translates. Unfortunately, it doesn't show up too well on the projector, but you can use it to find out about your quests, your status. Let me try and bring it over here. It doesn't work out too well, unfortunately.
It's a third-party utility that kind of hooks onto your game but doesn't modify anything, so it helps you by letting you know that your expeditions are finished, your ship girls are repaired, your construction is finished, and so on and so forth.
Okay, cool.
Anything like English, like any chance of English localization anytime in the future, or is it like no way?
This is a fan panel. I am not affiliated with Katakawa or DMM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. Our next question.
I'm assuming that all you guys do play. I was just wondering, what servers are you guys from?
Tawi Tawi?
Why? What server should I be? Oh yeah. I know. I'm being dumb. I honestly don't know what server I'm on. Sorry, my internet connection isn't terribly good right now. So, but yeah, I don't really know what servers. Sure.
Are you guys ready for Midway?
Yes.
I am.
No. So last night I tried to build Musashi. I did not build Musashi.
I've been stocking up on my bauxite. I've been literally running Expedition 11, which gives you, it's a 5-hour one, which gives you so much bauxite. I've been running that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Can I have one plugin? Do you have your tablet with you?
Yeah.
Can I show you your tablet? So, if you're a really hardcore Teitoku, let me tell you, this is a Lenovo Mix 2.8. It is discontinued, but you can get it on the outlet for refurbished ones. This is an amazing tablet for actually playing Kancolle. It's a Windows 8 tablet, and so you can play Flash games on it, like Kancolle. Highly recommended. It's about $140 to $160. All right, next question.
I'd just like to say that the update has screwed me because I already have Musashi from the event, and now she's in the pool with Yamato, who I don't have. So.
How salty are you?
Quite. But anyway.
Sorry, I have my hentai persona on. Sorry. Go for it.
Well, you can ignore this question if you want, because I can probably find out myself later. But what was included in the update from the last maintenance on Friday?
You mean last night?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know exactly. So Myoko Kai Ni is available. What do you know what the level is for Myoko Kai Ni now? 70. Okay. And I don't think there's anything else that's been introduced. I haven't actually looked at the notes. I don't know what Myoko Kai Ni actually can use. Oh, you can build. Oh, I thought torpedo bulges were introduced in the last update. I think. No, the armor. Oh, the armor. Yeah, the armor. I thought that was introduced last update. Oh, okay, so you can build that now. I don't know what the recipe is though.
All right, thanks.
I have no idea.
It's okay.
I'm doing 5-3. I can't get through 5-3 because I'm lame. What E4? There's no event right now. So I'm choosing Swordy right now. Go ahead.
From what I understand, Kancolle is free to play, but is there like in-game paid currency?
So there is an in-game currency. This is how you worship your ship girls, by spending money on them. I would very much actually recommend. You go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's free to play, but there are items you can get that expand your ship space. So at default, you can store only up to 100 ships and so 100 equipment, but you can actually buy up to store 200. So if you want to collect them all, you can buy that. And there's also, you can buy more dock space for repairs and constructions. So those are really the only things that are worth spending.
It is very highly recommended that you get the 4 docks. It's about, so when you sign up, again, most of this information is on the Kancolle Wiki. It'll tell you how to, donate money to your ship girls. And then you can buy, if you tie your credit card, oh god, you get some free DMM points.
500
so
free.
500 free DMM points, so you can use it to help buy your first stock. Oh look, a submarine fleet against a submarine fleet. Wow, this is 5-3. No, it can go so. Oh, nothing happened. Great battle. A+. All right. Do you have any other questions? Sure. Yo, whatever, man. 840 XP. Get wrecked.
But does the game, like, so you have to repair ship and you have to wait for that. Is there a lot of downtime, or are you usually actively playing the game?
Realistically, there is like an hour or so of active gameplay when you're doing your daily quests. Well, sorry? Go for it, yeah.
So yeah, you can play for a little bit, but then you also have to rest your ships. There is a fatigue meter that goes up and down depending on the swords, or if they get MVP. So you may want to wait for that if they're tired, or you can use an item, a shop item to get them back. Or you can sorry them while they're sad, but then they have an increased chance of taking major damage.
Yeah, when you have high fatigue, they have much less accuracy and evasion, so they're pretty much going to get wrecked. All right, next question.
I actually have a question comment from the Linrear, one of the wiki admins.
Sorry?
One of the wiki admins.
I can't answer that. I don't know that much about it. Oh, wait. Oh, you are one of the wiki admins.
I know him personally.
Oh, okay, cool.
He wants to know what is your excuse for not completing the fall event last year and getting Musashi?
I didn't start playing until like January. So.
And his comment is the guy that sank his Yamato and Musashi should probably stop playing.
Let me say that if you've let any of your ships get sunk, like intentionally or not intentionally, you're a Kuso Teitoku. Get out of this room.
I've been trying to get Yubari, but how come she's not popping up?
You are not spending enough resources. Actually, no. Are you talking about like actual Yubari?
Yep.
So if you actually want to create Yubari, my recommendation for you is just spam 30, 30, 30, 30.
Oh, I should have done that.
Because that's all you need to do to get her, because I have like 7 of them. Do you want one? I can't give it to you. I have all these melons. What do I do with them?
I just followed the recipe and I just did what it did, and it sometimes closed and sometimes destroyed and sometimes.
That's the random number generator.
The recipe has a huge drop table.
All right. Next.
All right. As some people might know, there are actually 3 ships in this game that are actually from Germany.
Yes.
And 2 of them are destroyers.
Yes.
Z1 and Z3. They happen to look very boyish, though, and I'm wondering if they are actually boys, and if so, would you consider marrying them?
There are no boys in Kancolle.
This is kanmusu. They're ship girls.
Ship girls.
If they were boys, would you consider marrying them still?
Yes.
Look, I really want the increased HP and increased evasion from marrying them. And like, there's no other reason why I would marry any ship girl besides Congo. Anyway, continue.
Just a quick question. Favorite ship girl, all of you, including Ikun.
This might come to a surprise to you. A very big surprise to you that I like Congo.
And Akagi, of course.
He's the biggest fatty.
Sorry.
Oh, I just missed the fact that the compass threw me off course. Great.
You might want to refresh.
I am not refreshing. That's bad. I want the XP. No, that's not happening.
What about Potato Admiral on the right?
Sorry?
Ship?
I actually married Hachi about 2 weeks ago.
Viability of it being like Twitch streamed.
Sorry?
Oh,
Twitch streamed?
Yeah.
There are some people who actually.
I've been doing that sometimes.
Yeah, there's some people who stream it.
What would you say the interest in it is, though?
Admittedly, I don't really know. It's starting to kind of grow here in America. I mean, honestly, I was rather surprised that most of you seem to have raised your hands when you all have accounts. So, I mean, it's still really kind of niche. So you won't find that many viewers, but it couldn't hurt. I would just go for it, dude.
Hi.
Hi.
Two quick questions.
Sure.
Do you recommend playing this on a mobile device, specifically an iPad 2, or try to stick to desktop?
So, okay.
Yeah. So actually, the developers don't recommend you play on any mobile device that doesn't run an actual, like Windows or an OS, because the mobile tablets don't have a proper cache to store the game data. So you're actually continually downloading from the servers, and you're gonna crash them. And you can get banned too. It's bannable offense.
Oh, okay. Other question: about how much time on average does this game take up? Because I'm busy with like Love Live app and Puzzle and Dragons.
I was about to say I play Love Live too.
So I don't know if this will eat up my time or not. So I'm trying to see if I can fit it in.
You could say it's a time sink. I mean, I play this at work all the time. My boss plays it at work all the time. 70% of all developers in my company play this game. So you could say it's a time sink, but it's also fun, and it's nice to poke at it from from time to time.
I would say reasonably, it'll take you about an hour or so to do all the dailies, maybe. So if you actually want to do well in this game and do everything you can every day, yeah, it's a little bit of a time sink, but not too much.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Hi guys, I'm the winner. Thank you for giving the count out. I just
Sure.
want to ask it's just a fan panel I know, but you guys know the status of the anime adaptation?
Yes.
Heard that it was pushed
Forgot
back.
to bring that up.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to go back to one of the slides. So the Fubuki that I showed here is actually the anime version of it. So it's still unknown what's going on, to be honest. It was supposed to be released possibly fall.
It was slated for this summer, and they kept pushing it back. They announced that this fall soon. Fall time soon.
So there's also so there's also the Vita game that we don't really know too much about. It was supposed to be, I don't even know if there was a release date, but it was announced a while back.
Yeah, and they also say this fall too. It's called Kancolle, but there's not much any information about it.
It's not like this game.
It's not like the more tactical, more real time. Well, the combat here, you don't have much control when it happens.
Yep.
So maybe it might be different in Vita. We don't know yet.
Thank you again.
Sure.
I'm going to give a shameless plug. So I'm one of the 2 developers for the English versions of Kancolle Viewer. And,
hey.
So,
Thank you, you saved my life.
So pretty much, I'm the one developing the new logger system to help you guys with LSC recipes and stuff.
For logbook or?
No, for Kancolle Viewer to log all your LSC crafts, and so this way you can search by what ship you want and figure out what's the best recipe with the highest success rate.
Oh wow, okay.
And so that's been in the works. I released it on JP about a couple months back, and then I kind of ran out of time to develop it. But since it's summer now, after Anime Expo, I'm going to be working on it again. So pretty much, if you guys could use it, that would be great.
Oh, hell yeah, we're using it. Are you kidding me?
Thank you so much.
Can we give this guy a round of applause for Kancolle Viewer, please?
If you do want to download it, it's on GitHub/Teitoku.
I know this isn't a Toho panel, but
Get out.
Who's your favorite Tuhu?
So, no. A while ago, I mean, on Twitter. So, my Twitter name is EPHSHI. One day, I was like, so, I guess I'll freely admit this sad part of my life, since I haven't done this before. I used to RP Sanai on Twitter. That was a very deep, dark part of my life. One day on Twitter I was like, hey, so if I get 20 retweets, I'll go cosplay Sanai. I got like a lot, and that sucked, so. I never actually cosplayed Sanai. So I'm going to pretend this is Sanai cosplay for the purpose of this question. So, Sanai. Do you want to say who your favorite Tuhu is? Do you even know what Tuhu is? Oh, this game start.
Yeah. That'd be Moko for me. Fujiwara no Moko.
Why are people clapping?
Yeah, Moko!
All right, any other questions?
This isn't really a question, but I just wanted to add on. There's another site that you can get Kancolle resources from. It's a forum, which is kancolle.himeuta.com. They work very closely with Wikia and also community staff on it.
Okay.
So that's another place where you could discuss Kancolle and like whatever's happening. And since the event is coming up, I figured I'd mention it as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
And there's a lot of English like fan sites and resources popping up all over as this game gets more popular.
All right. Other questions? On the topic of Toho, also, what's really funny? So I do have a lot of Pixiv illustrations that are throughout my presentation. If anyone is interested in any of that, let me know. The other thing that's really cool is like you realize that when you do searches for Kancolle art, there's a wall where it becomes Toho. So, like almost all the Toho artists ended up doing Kancolle at some point.
Actually, a lot of the Google searches now, if you search for the ship name, because of Kancolle's rise in popularity, it overrides the first couple pictures of actual ships with the ship girls from Kancolle.
Oops, no, that's not something you should be seeing. If you're wondering, oh, I guess I can show you what Congo, I own Congo.org.
Dash.
So I guess, oh yeah, there's a lot of culture stuff we didn't get into the panel. We'll get it next time, but I'll let this load. But go ahead, next question.
Oh, I noticed that they're opening up a new server. How quickly do those servers fill up?
So every couple days or so, they open up, or not often, every day or so. It depends on what the server load is, but they open up servers from time to time, once or twice a week or so, or not even for a while. And those fill up pretty fast. They usually fill up around 3,500 players per lottery, and that varies a little bit, but yeah, there's servers coming up all the time. Used to be like, 6 servers, so a couple blocks, but now it's like 10 plus servers.
I should add that it's actually really easy to get into the lottery right now. When we went to go get the Kancolle account for this, it took us like 5 minutes in the lottery. So if you're still trying to get an account, I would recommend doing it now when they do it. On the wiki, they'll tell you how to actually register for it. Any other questions?
Why is Kancolle so popular?
Next question. Why is it so popular? Cute girls? Question mark?
Cute ship girls?
Cute ship girls.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's really interesting about Kancolle and DMM, so when they actually made this game, they were hoping to only shoot towards like the World War II buffs who just like really like history and all that stuff, and then because of cute girls, it just exploded. It doesn't actually make any money for DMM or Kancolle.
It's mostly from the merchandise. That's what they're trying to do. Like that.
What ships did you use for 3-2?
3-2. So 3-2 is destroyers. What did I use? I used Yukikaze, Shimakaze. Oh yeah, that's right. I probably had her at that point. Yudachi, I think I don't remember if I had Yudachi at that point. Because the thing is, realistically, when you do 3-2, you only need your destroyers at level 30. That's not that hard to do.
Max stats.
With max stats, but that's easy enough to do. Yeah. So I think it was mostly just like Shimakaze, Yukikaze, the Kagero class of ships. That's pretty much it. Yeah, over there.
You should explain some, like,
kept saying 2411 a lot, so some people are wondering what 2411 is.
Naka-chan dayo. With 2411, what happens is when you scrap Naka for when you scrap Naka for resources, which you should never do, she turns into, I think, was it 2 ammo? 2 fuel, 4 ammo, 11 steel. So it's a running gag in the Kancolle community that 2411 is Naka-chan dayo.
And she's the fleet's idol. Her ship number is 48, as in AKB 48, so that's what they're trying to do with that joke.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
She has 48 HP, and she also remodels at 48, level 48. So
there's a lot of really cool information, cool things with each of the ships. They all have their kind of like cultural things going on. So, any other questions?
You mentioned that they had the Bismarck in. Is there any plans to bring American ships into the game?
Man, that would be really awesome, but I would assume that the Abyssal Fleet is actually America.
That's one of the speculations, yeah.
Happy 2014th birthday, America. One really cool thing I'd like to say is, in San Diego, there's the USS Midway. The CV, it's actually an aircraft carrier. Highly recommended to go visit it. There's a lot of really fascinating history things you find out when you actually, God damn it, when you actually look at the World War II history. So highly recommended. Any other questions? End of July, I think. They're actually slated to have it in July. There's one more freebie we have, lol. So we have a extra copy of a manga that useless Akagi is going to go get somewhere and give a. Don't mess your bow up. Any other questions? Over here. Oh, you have one there? Okay, do that one and this one.
I was just wondering how long you guys have been playing, because I started during the Yamato event, and I've been playing since then.
I started in January. When did you start? Also January?
Yeah, I started in January after the Christmas event, but it took me 7 days to get through the lottery. Kind of sucked.
Yeah, the lottery was really bad at first, but now there's just a lot more accounts available. All right.
Just kind of a fun question. If you could have any piece of Kancolle merchandise created, like what would be the coolest merchandise you would ever want?
Good Smile Company has a line of Nendoroids already, so that wish is already fulfilled.
Scale figures.
Oh, what's that?
They have scaled ones.
They have scale figures now too.
They have Figmas coming out.
I think
garage kits.
Good Smile also has a damaged version of Congo. Don't recommend. Don't have damaged Congo ever. What else? Yeah, I mean, there's already a huge number of figures slated for Kancolle. So. Do you want to give that away? Yeah. This is the, what is this?
The comic.
It's a comic anthology. Just give that away. Cool. All right. Do we have any other questions? Man, there's this guy's been waiting for a question for a while, so sorry.
Hey, I just wanted if you could repeat the tablet you were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested in buying one.
It's a Lenovo Mix 2.
That's MIIX.
MIIX. It is discontinued, but you can find it on the Lenovo outlet store every now and then. It is not guaranteed to be there. Don't let your friends have it and drop it, because that sucks. Because that happened to me 2 days ago, and now I have dead pixels. All right, what's up?
Any tips for World 2.4?
Battleships and CVs, that's your only choice. 4 BBs and 2 CVs.
Why is Hibiki the best ship?
Excuse me? Sorry, one more time? What did she say? What did he say?
Why is Hibiki the best ship?
Sorry, it's Vernie. I don't know who Hibiki is. What's that? We have, I guess, one more question if you guys want. I hope you guys enjoy the panel. gonna try to keep doing this every year, get more culture stuff in, but hope you enjoyed it. Dead silence makes me unhappy. Thanks, guys. What? Oh yeah, so I should also mention, I do the next panel I'm going to be doing is a voice acting with hentai panel on Saturday night. I heard a lot of oh no's all of a sudden. That's actually really fun, 18 plus only. You guys look like you're 18 plus, so highly recommended, please come. And I think that's it. Are we done? We good? I think we're done. Thank you everyone for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.